Hey everyone, I can't believe I'm saying this, but it has officially been 1 year since my spinal fusion surgery. It's just so crazy to me because it feels like just yesterday that I was packing to go to Sydney and vlogging my surgery vlog. But it's been a year, I'm feeling great, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing my whole scoliosis journey with you guys up until now. I'm also going to be giving you guys an update on how I'm feeling now and what I'm doing post-op. Everything started in 2018 when my parents noticed that one of my shoulders was higher up than the other. I think it was my right shoulder. We went to some specialists and we got x-rays done, and then they had told us that it wasn't too serious, and because I was only like 10 years old at the time, that we should keep an eye on it because obviously I was going to get taller, and that it was just something that we shouldn't worry about too much, but keep an eye on. In between that, we moved to Australia from Slovakia, but in 2020, we noticed that my shoulders were getting like dramatically worse. Like I used to go on bike rides with my dad and my brother, and my dad would notice that my shoulder was like this basically, and there was like a bump on my back. So we went to our GP and she got us to get some x-rays at this clinic in Canberra, and after that she sent us to a neurosurgeon. I believe it was Dr. Erica Jacobson, and she was looking at my x-rays basically to see if there was any like neurological stuff going on. I'm not entirely sure what it was, but she sent us to get an MRI to basically see if there was anything neurological going on with my scoliosis, and we learned that I have a syrinx. It's when cerebrospinal fluid goes into your spinal cord and collects, and it forms a fluid-filled cyst. Don't quote me on this, I may be wrong. It was on a government website though, so I think it's pretty trustworthy. But anyway, I have like everything written here, but according to betterhealth.vic.gov.au, which is Australian website, okay, it affects around 8 out of 100,000 people and is more common in men. So in that case, I'm pretty special because I'm not a man and I'm one of around 8 out of 100,000 people that has a syrinx. When we learned that I have a syrinx, we were just trying to figure out whether or not it was harming me, if it was like really bad or anything. I don't remember like the measurements of how big it was, but it was very visible on my MRI. Just trying to make sure is whether or not the syrinx was causing my scoliosis, and we actually have no idea what caused it. What I'm talking about is happening in early 2021. Dr. Jacobson sent us to Dr. Lakis, and she is a pediatric orthopedic surgeon, and she was the surgeon that ended up doing my surgery. We never got a second opinion, but I don't think it was necessary for us. We trusted Dr. Lakis fully, and she was very like experienced, I think, and I don't know, we trusted her a lot and everything turned out great. So if you do want to get a second opinion, then do that, but it wasn't personally something that my family did. We had multiple appointments with Dr. Lakis, and she said that because my curve was over 30 degrees at the time from when we were like with our GP, my curve was around 34 degrees. So Dr. Lakis said that I needed a back brace, and when she told me that, I actually started crying. Like, I don't know why, but I had done some research about back braces because I was told it was a possibility before I was told that I was actually gonna get one, but I never thought it would be me. I was like watching videos of other girls talking about their back braces, and I thought, oh, that's never gonna be me. Everything's gonna be fine. I was so naive. We went to this clinic, and it's like a clinic that made like knee braces too and stuff. They created a back brace for me that they like scanned my body. I had a clear back brace, how boring. My back brace was a Jensingen style brace. I think that's how you say it, I don't know. And I wore it from 16 to 20 hours a day. I wore it from June 2022 to I think June 2023, so a year. In November 2021, I had another like x-ray, and I had multiple x-rays throughout like the time that I was wearing my brace. I had in-brace x-rays, out-of-brace x-rays, but I think in-brace, my curve in November was 14 degrees, which was incredible progress. Like that was amazing to hear, and from then I think I relaxed a little bit. I don't know, like I was wearing my brace really well, like regularly, and I might have relaxed a little bit afterwards. Early in 2022, the curve started getting worse, and it wasn't like I drastically just stopped wearing my brace. I was still wearing it regularly day and night, but it did get worse. So sometime in early 2022, when my curve was around 40 degrees, we spoke to Dr. Lakis, and she said that if my curve went over 50 degrees that I would have to get surgery. And this was like one of the scariest moments of my life. I didn't know where my life, like what direction my life would go in, and it was like really terrifying to think about, like, oh my god, like a year ago I was thinking I'm not even gonna have to have a brace, but now I might have a surgery, and that was my biggest fear. Anyway, in May 2022, we had another appointment with Dr. Lakis, and I had another x-ray, and she said that my top curve was 56 degrees and my bottom curve was 24 degrees. And that was the point where she said that we needed to get surgery. We didn't really need to force wearing my back brace as much because it wasn't gonna do anything if it was making my back worse. Anyway, so my surgery was scheduled for August, and in August, I accidentally found out that I had COVID. And if you're wondering how I accidentally found out that I had it, I once found a spare COVID test in my bag and I took it as a joke and it came out positive. So yeah, due to like health concerns and recovery concerns, the hospital moved my surgery to September 15th. It was either September or October, and October was too late because we were moving away from Australia in December, so it was just too like tight and we wanted some more flexibility, so we chose September. Anyway, so on September 15th, 2022, I had the surgery in Sydney, but at the time that I got my surgery, my curves were 64 degrees and, wait, I have it written on paper, 30 degrees. After my surgery, I was recovering really fast and it was going really great. The only like bad thing was that I was constantly throwing up. That was like the biggest like sort of obstacle in my recovery. It took me a couple days to learn to walk again, and I quickly like got to the stairs and everything, but it was all like really difficult. So I'm fused from, I think, T4 to L1, and I have like 2 rods, titanium in my spine. It's holding me. But anyway, it's been a year and I'm feeling great, and currently I'm doing physiotherapy. Exercises that have been given to me by a physiotherapist when we were in Slovakia, and I'm basically doing it to strengthen my back muscles so that my fusion isn't the only thing that is like holding my back. So I have like more support. We're also strengthening my core and everything because I didn't exercise for a good 6 months, and that was a bit rough, but I'm back now. I've been doing it for a couple months and I'm feeling great. I do still have a bottom curve, like the bottom curve that was like 30 degrees, I think. I don't know if it's that bad anymore. I don't think it is, but it's definitely still there. And when I get my 1-year post-op like control sort of x-ray and we call with Dr. Lakis, she'll tell us whether or not it's gotten worse or not, but it's still visible on the outside. Like if you look at my hips, they're uneven. I did have a 6-month post-op control x-ray in March. That's kind of when my surgeon said that my bottom curve hadn't gotten worse or gotten better, it just kind of stayed the same. And that's basically when we decided we had to do something about it because we wanted it to get better, not worse. And the reason that they decided not to operate on my lower curve was because there was a higher risk if they went that like far down my spine. So they just left it there because it wasn't catastrophic. Other than my lower curve, everything is going really great. My scar is healing pretty well. It's still like really numb. Like if I touch it in the middle like of my back, I can't feel it. Which I don't know how I feel about it. I thought that by now I'd be able to have like full feeling in my back. I don't. It's not great, but I've kind of gotten used to it. It's also like really uncomfortable when people touch my back or like pat me on the back or anything because it's like numb, but I can like kind of feel it. And it's like the weirdest feeling because it's like really uncomfortable, but it doesn't hurt. I don't know how to describe it. But yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss when I post next. If you have any questions at all concerning scoliosis, please comment down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!